Chris. Hey, Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Welcome to SimWorld TV, a special holiday edition. We got a big matchup here. It is Bay Area back home after knocking off the Originators, hanging Cooper Flagg's first loss of the year on him. They're got to take on the Yacht Club, winners of 2 in a row themselves, also surging. You got Elava behind the mic with Siege. Siege, how are you enjoying this festive Sunday?
Oh, I'm feeling fat and jolly today, E. I'm feeling good. Feeling like I'm being cooked for this whole holiday season. It's real nice. Just saw a great showdown in Texas. Turned into a blowout by the end, which the first game was also not too close. Maybe we'll get something different here. Maybe we'll get a nice close game today.
Well, we'll find out. Got this one underway. There's a 3 from Adonis Knight. Can't get that to go. Bay Area wearing their home white, and Yacht Club in their sort of Miami Vice pastel shaded blue and violet road uniforms. Trey Hyman was the big hero for Bay Area in that win over Cooper Flagg, but here gets lost, but comes back, recovers, makes the block.
Yeah, and I mean, Yacht Club has looked really good in their past 2 games. Trey Willis has been the leading scorer in both of those. It was nice to see De'Aaron Cruz came back for their last game, and they were still able to look good, integrating him back into what was now winning basketball seamlessly. I'm excited to see how this team continues. Have they found their stride? Or, I mean, this is a tough team right here they're playing, but Josiah Cook, that's the thing. I'm ready to put Josiah Cook against any big in the league. The way he's performing recently and throughout this season has been impeccable.
I have been talking Josiah Cook up all year. He's not even averaging quite 10 points. I don't care. I still think he's an MVP candidate. Almost 12 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 3.5 blocks, 1.5 steals, and he leads this Yacht Club team in all of those categories, by the way.
Insane.
His defensive effort on that block there, blocking Trey, keeps this thing scoreless. And Yacht Club has it again. Going to try a 3, and that one will go. Nice shot there. That's Xavier Pope, who's not been splash-tastic over the course of the early part of the season. He's been struggling to shoot, but boy, did he look good there. Now, Trey Hyman has a mismatch on him at this point if he wants to try to take advantage of it. Let's see if they work it for him here. He's calling for it, but not getting it into him yet.
He's got his old teammate Xavier Pope. Xavier's returned to Bay Area today. It should be. He's probably got some vengeance in him. He's trying to show out, but.
Well, the ball.
I don't love that.
The ball eventually ended up in Trey's hands. Not the traditional way of passing the man the ball, but did end it in a traditional way for Trey with the ball in the hoop. 3-2 now. Both teams off the mark. Oh, nice dish. Nice defense by Sean Hyman, however. Oh, there you go. That was a nice outlet, but look at that.
Already.
Cook.
He's got 2 already.
That is 2 already, and Cook is just 15 years old. Don't forget that, he is not a savvy veteran out there, but boy, he looks and plays like it sometimes.
He absolutely does, and at the moment, you look at his, some college interest, you can find some information on that. We know Jacksonville State has actually already offered him a scholarship to play with them, but I'm pretty confident that by the end of this season, he's going to have quite a few Power 5 teams knocking down his door.
Court pass led to a pretty open 3, but no result in the end for the Yacht Club. Area off that last bucket by Sean. They're up by 1. Oh, nice drive. Nice. Oh!
In and out.
Everything but the finish. Yeah, I really thought he had that down. I was getting ready to congratulate Juan Carter on a pretty bucket, but wasn't to be. Josiah Cook came over, did just enough to put him off. Oh, and Trey Willis can't get his first shot of the game to go down.
Yeah, that was the kind of shot that goes in and out that, in an arcade pop-and shop, that one counts. The sensor in the back of the rim catches it and it counts whether it goes in or not.
Well, unfortunately, that scoring does not work this way in SimWorld. Oh, that's a nice drive by Adonis Knight. But boy, both these teams struggling to get the ball in the hoop. Knight will get a chance to go to the free throw line. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We're coming right back to SimWorld TV on Christmas Eve.
SimWorld presents Around the Table with E and the Fat Man.
What's up, everyone? This is Big Bob.
And this is Elava.
And we are the co-hosts of Around the Table with Ian the Fat Man.
Around the Table is the SimWorld Sports podcast where Big Bob and I give our takes on various sports from around the world.
Make sure to tune in every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time to hear our takes.
And don't forget to join in the conversation with us on Discord at discord.gg/SimWorldHoops.
And make sure to follow us on Twitter and YouTube at SimWorld4K. And as always, see the game, be the game.
Later, folks.
All right, and we are back. Been a tight game so far. That's Adonis Knight stepping up to the line. Gets his free throw to go. Knight, SimWorld veteran, 6'5", 200-pounder out of San Francisco. He's averaging 8.5 points a game. He's kind of developed into an important glue guy. Bay Area has not shot the ball very well to start the season, but no Coach Pope has confidence in his stroke. Sure that will even out over the course of the year.
Yeah, and when you got a guy like Pope, you know just how talented he is. And, you know, we talk about it a lot, but these are young players, 16, 17-year-olds. It's surprising when you find one who is consistently as good as we know Xavier Pope can be. And even adult players, they're going to have off days. It happens. Nobody is good every time they touch the floor. Very few in those guys are the greatest of all time, but even they had their off days. So I think Xavier Pope's just having a little slump start the season. New team, new side of the country. He's going to get it together. That I have no concerns about.
Almost stolen away there by Knight. Guarding Trey Willis as he brought the ball up the court, but that club does get it across, gets a quick three, looking to tie this up, but no dice, and there's Big Trey with the rebound. And he's just going to bring it up himself. Great handles for a big man. And he now has the smaller Garrett Hart on him and wants to go to work. Hart's not a bad defender, and he forced Trey to back it up there.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Hey,
Look at
that
the
is one of the
standing vert.
One of the better athletes on this Bay Area team, DeQuan Carter, 6'5", 225-pounder. There's a nice drive, but once again, just erasure by Trey. The big men in the Yacht Club and Bay Area have been playing well to start this one, but it's working out mostly in the home team's favor. There's a rebound for Cook, Josiah Cook. He's got a couple blocks too.
Yeah, and the Yacht Club hasn't really been able to get anything going offensively. Trey Willis has yet to hit a shot. He's been really the driving offensive force for them in the past couple of games. So either he needs to find a way to get a shot in, or that'll do. De'Aaron Cruz, somebody needs to show up and kind of be that offensive creator at this moment.
Well, De'Aaron Cruz can definitely do that. Averaging under 10 points a game, but we've seen what he's done in past SimWorld seasons. Enough to know that he can fill it up. Lead back down to 3 here. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, but Adonis Knight extends it to 5.
And I know I talked about this last time I got the chance to call a game for Bay Area when they were playing the Originators and took them down, but the starting 5 and really the whole team the Bay Area puts out, they're big. They don't have a lot of top-end guys. Trey Hyman's the only 7-footer, and they don't have another dude who's even 6'10", but everyone else pretty much is somewhere between 6'5" and 6'8". Their whole the smallest guy out there in their starting lineup is 6'5". Don Hardaway's 6'2", and Juwan Harris is 5'10". Other than that, everyone is a pretty big, lanky size. I mean, this is a team with a lot of length.
Oh, there you saw the lengthiest player on Bay Area. Big Trey. That was a pretty feed to get it to him underneath the hoop, too. But, that takes some hand-eye coordination. That takes a little bit of agility, balance, grace, you might even say, to be able to pick that ball out and lay it in like that. Pretty play by Hyman. Once again, oh boy, I thought Pope was going to take that. Instead, he whipped it out to Willis. Shot clock winding down now. He's got DeQuan Carter all over him and can't get the shot to go. Another rebound for Trey, who's really been owning the defensive glass in particular so far in this first quarter.
Cruises over here on Trey Hyman.
I got to say, there's been more than a few times, and foul there on Cook is going to send Sean Hyman to the line. But, yeah, we ended up with Trey Willis matched on to big Trey Hyman there, and not for the first time. Yacht Club seemingly unafraid to switch smaller players onto these post players for Bay Area. Marcus Laster, coach of the Yacht Club, trusting his guys. We've seen Garrett Hart square off against Trey. We just saw Trey Willis. And on both occasions, both players have done enough to not just give Trey a free run to the bucket, kind of working at this point. So,
and actually, I kind of like the idea that Coach Laster has going with this defensive ideology of maybe switching whoever on the Trey. I think what he's doing is he's kind of forcing Bay Area to say, okay, we're just going to throw it to Trey in the post, because as we know, most of Trey's offensive production does not come from back to the basket on the block scoring, which when you have a smaller defender on you as a big, that's where you go. But that's really not their game plan. That's not what they do well. That's not really Trey's game. So I think they're trying to force them to do that. They're saying we're going to free up Josiah Cook for help because we know this isn't the best perimeter shooting team. So it's kind of it's almost like, I don't want to call it a gimmick defense, but that almost is what they're running on it.
Well, they're doing it again. Look down there. I believe that's Xavier Pope now squared off against Trey. Former teammates going at it.
Hey, Sean Ism, that is, I believe.
Well, that's Ism down there. Okay, good call. Thank you. Good eye, Siege. Meanwhile, a bucket. The Breakers on that possession. And Trey once again, boy. Well, it's been Trey Day so far, and this could put an exclamation point on it. Ooh, can't get the assist, but once again gets the offensive rebound. Can't put that back up in, however. But Trey Hyman has just controlled these opening 8 minutes. No way around that. John able to get a rebound there. Under 30 seconds now, though. Hyman guarded by Emmanuel Rollins, I believe. Oh boy. Wild shot there. Yeah. That one, Tim Hardaway may hear about that from Dre Pope. I don't think Coach Pope is going to be very pleased with that shot, particularly.
I would guess not. When anytime you airball a shot, it's hard to be happy with it.
Trey Hyman getting a brief breather. No more success for the Yacht Club than they had when he was out there. Sean going to try to half-court heave it. Oh, he drew iron. Couldn't get it to go down, but very little else went wrong for Bay Area in that opening stanza. They've double-upped the Yacht Club. It is 14-7. Come right back on a Christmas Eve special on Simple.
Summer Kid season.
Summer Kid Slam.
Play jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Sånn, så skal vi sette en til.
Ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open. Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey! Open door!
Play on the floor.
Get over the door! Open the door!
Wrong
Open
voice
the door!
command. Error.
Hey there, with a rock? Open door. Open door.
Higher volume. Higher.
We're back. Second quarter just underway here, and it's a big lead for Bay Area. They were paced by Trey Hyman. He's back out on the court. He got a brief little breather there at the end of the first. Oh, nice move. But once again, Hyman comes over, blocks it, rebounds it up the other way. He has just dominated this game.
I believe that's his fourth block already, and the Yacht Club hadn't been able to get anything going offensively, and a lot of that can be contributed to Trey Hyman.
Certainly can. Dime Hardaway's outside jumper will not go. Oh, nice drive, and this time able to finish. Manuel Rollins, just 5'11", but not intimidated in spite of all the swatting Trey's got going on down underneath. Oh, nice try by little man Dime Hardaway. Barrier breakers there too.
Said anything you can do, I can do better.
Dime's actually second on his team in scoring behind Trey. He's averaging 14.3 per contest.
He's having a really great year after deciding that he was going to return to Bay Area. There were some questions about that, opened up on recruitment. I know him and Royce Anderson were planning on maybe playing together, but that at some point fell apart. And Dime has found his way back to Bay Area, and he's found a much more prominent role than he had last year.
It's Koya Monroe with a bucket there. Koya only averages 1.5 per game. 6'3", 16-year-old out of West Palm Beach. A pretty jumper there. Is the dish by Hardaway. Shot clock winding down. Oh, and the alley-oop won't go. Rebound battled over. It's up in the hands of young Josiah Cook. Well, it'll be an assist if Isham can get it to go, and look at that.
And he does. And I'm getting reports. Obviously, we've been here prepping for this game, but I'm getting reports that Coach Bellardi, after what seemed to be a signature win over Lone Star in the showdown for Texas, told media after the game that he's officially stepping down.
Wow.
From H-Town.
Wow.
We'll have more on that right after we come back.
We are back. 3-point lead here in this one, but Siege, maybe any more details on what's happening down in Texas? Coach Bellardi.
So I don't have all the details. You know, we've seen Bellardi leave teams before. This time he's saying he's stepping away from coaching as a whole, not just from the team. There's still a lot to be seen. The question is, you know, where does H-Town go from here? It seems like today they really kind of got things together. They were looking good. I would call that almost a signature win for Belardi and H-Town. And it sounds like there's things away from basketball that need his attention, is what I'm being told. But we'll just have to see. We'll see what H-Town comes up with. I know they've got a great team there. Ooh, and Josiah Cook's got a great finish over Trey Hyman getting the N1.
It really does.
It'll be an interesting thing to see. You know, we've seen Belardi leave a couple of teams and come back to coaching, and we'll just have to wait and see if this is another one of those times, E.
And Belardi, kind of the Larry Brown of SimWorld. You younger folks, go to Wikipedia. Larry Brown, check him out. Coached 9 NBA teams, close to half a dozen college squads. Like to move around. That has definitely been the case with our very own Tim Belardi, who's seen some success too, as Trey Hyman. It's a little revenge on Josiah Cook down on this end, but back here in the Bay Area, we've seen the Yacht Club come all the way back from that 7-point deficit. They had things tied up a minute ago with that 3-point play by Cook. He's squaring off down there again against Trey Hyman. Gets the ball back, trying to push in underneath. This time he can't get it to go. No fear. Doesn't get a result or a foul that time, like he did on the last possession, but no. Josiah Cook trusts his own game. Oh boy, what a strong finish there. I actually think this one got some ball on that one, but no matter. Bucket good until the free throw line goes Jaime Ramos, averaging 7 rebounds and 4.5 assists for this team.
Ramos has been a nice piece, and he's almost like a point forward. He can kind of run the point. He can facilitate well. I like his court vision. I like what he does. He's not necessarily always the guy dishing, getting assists, but he's able to set up and facilitate the offense even at his 6'7" stature.
At the other end, that was another authoritative block by Trey Hyman. Maybe he's trying to... there's a foul on Ramos. But Hyman's erasure of Cook down on the other end, maybe trying to intimidate the younger player, who so far, as we were just talking about, has been pretty fearless and going right at Big Sean, or not Sean, excuse me, the other Hyman, Trey. Not Big Sean at all. Was that song Werewolves? Was that one song he had?
It sounds right. That sounds right.
Yep, I think that is right. Quieter game for Sean Hyman so far in this one. It really has been all about Big Brother so far. I don't think he'll get a block or any kind of credit that will show up in the stat line on that last possession, but once again, clogged up things for the Yacht Club. And once again, he's guarded by a smaller player. This time it's Garrett Hart who's on Trey. And not going at him,
Great ball movement.
Yeah. Not able to finish, though. And look, that's happened more than a few times tonight. As good as Bay Area has looked, and particularly Trey Hyman has looked, they should have this game more under control. The rest of the team hasn't particularly been hitting some open shots, in spite of Trey's rebounding, scoring, and that good ball movement that you just attested to. Oh, nice drive there. Hamir Johnson.
Yeah, Hamir Johnson. He's a long athlete. Good 6'7". He's got some length to him. Again, you look up and down this Yacht Club roster, and you could say the same thing. Oh my God, you could say the same thing about Bay Area, but throughout both teams, everyone on this roster is talented and could probably start for a number of teams in this league. I would expect to see almost everyone on both of these rosters end up in some form playing at the Division I SimWorld U level.
Oh yeah. Agreed. These are two of your stronger 1 through 10 teams. Oh, this I'm able to finish that one off.
Long
Sean. Yep. Sean, 6'9", 220-pounder out of Naples, Florida. Another one of these SimWorld veterans was in the game last year. He's defending against Trey right there. Trey tries an outside jumper. That won't go. Johnson going to try to go inside on Trey again, but this time rolls off the rim.
And it feels like with the way that Trey's been dominating defensively, like you would almost expect Bay Area to be up a lot more, but Yacht Club's fighting back. They're doing their thing.
Not a lot of outside shooting going down for Bay Area so far. Oh boy, that was a dangerous pass. It looked pretty in the end. Kind of back over his shoulder. Ends up in an open look at a 3, and that goes through. Makes it a 2-point game. Pretty outside jumper there, splashed by Darius McBride. First time we're talking about him. Only averaging 5 minutes a game, 2.5 points, but he's already hit a 3. And hey, I want to remind everybody out there watching that you can join this SimWorld game. Come to discord.gg/SimWorldHoops. I hear they're looking for a coach down in Texas. You could join. You could become a coach. It's a talented H-Town squad. They just beat Lone Star, their in-state rivals. Maybe that's something that might bring you in. Maybe you want to be a player. Maybe you want to play for Coach Velarde. Well, don't think you can't. He could well be in charge of another team within a week or two. Or you can just be a member of sports media, like me and Siege, but hey, you know, what we do is pretty cool too. The thing is, you got to make it happen at discord.gg/SimWorldHoops. Come there, join us, stick your hand up, and we'll get you in the place where we'll see the game and be the game, Siege.
Absolutely. Come on, do all those things that you just said. Join us and make sure you're drinking water and staying hydrated out there. Action resumed. Trey Hyman getting another little breather. Adonis Knight, he's tried a few outside shots, but he has not been connecting so far. Knight has been a contributor all year for the Breakers, but to be fair, just shooting 37% from the field and 18% from deep. He definitely needs to get that shooting percentage back up. We have a tie game on our hands. He's tough inside. Ism is a load inside. I mean, he's 6'9", 222 pounds. He's tough to stop down there.
It's also tough to stop somebody when you give them unobstructed access to the rim. This just happened right there. 2-point lead again for Bay Area.
Yeah, in my
jumper
experience,
won't go, but Garrett Hart. There you go. Garrett Hart has not been heard of yet in this game until then. Offensive rebound back up and in, and suddenly the Yacht Club looks a lot more proficient. About 6 feet in without that 7-footer in white around to swat things away. Brother Sean's still there though, and he nails that one.
You know, I think it does usually become easier when usually does become easier when there's no Trey Hyman defending the rim. But you know, what do I know?
It certainly seems that way. Marcus Laster thinks so. When his guys take it inside, let's see what they do here on this possession under 10 seconds. Long jumper will not go. Time Hardaway has it. Over to Knight. Knight and Hardaway, both some shooting woes to start this season. Oh, but there's one thing they can do is feed the Hymans.
Feed those boys. Their mom obviously already did enough.
Down to 20 seconds to play in this opening first half. Good game we've got on our hands here. That alley-oop is broken up, but it remains with the Yacht Club. Ray Willis going to try a long-range jumper, won't go. Chance here for Bay Area. They convert. Little
more
them.
push.
Extends the lead to 6 points. Yep. Had been tied at 25. The heave won't go. That's where we're going to end this thing at halftime. Bay Area Trey Hymans ahead by 6 as we go into the break. It's pretty much been all Trey for him. A little bit surprising that, for them, I mean to say, but it's a little bit surprising Bay Area not out to a bigger lead considering what we just saw in those first 16 minutes.
Yeah, and look, we talked about it all game. The way that Trey Hyman has affected the game defensively was even more apparent when he came out, and we saw Tyshawn Ism finding a lot of success inside without him there. Yacht Club, a lot of their scorers that we usually see for them haven't quite got it going on the level that we're used to. Trey Willis, Xavier Pope, those guys are not really. Garrett Hart has not been a huge contributor on offense, and those are their 3 main guys offensively scoring the basketball. They're going to have to find a way to get them going with or without Trey Hyman on the floor. But on the defensive side, Yacht Club is doing a fine job, I would say. Most of Bay Area's points coming off, interior, things like that, Trey Hyman disrupting. But I think Yacht Club's going to need to find someone to step up here.
Don't go anywhere. We got second half action when we return to a Christmas Eve special on SimWorld TV.
Welcome home!
Mom, Dad, this is Cindy.
Cindy, yes!
So nice to meet both of you.
It's nice to meet you finally. Travis has told us so much about you.
All good things, I hope.
Yes, of course.
Good.
Please,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Oh, Mom, no. Dad, this is Shannon.
Oh, hi.
Shannon?
And this is Aaron.
Hey, cutie.
That is Jessica. Jenny, Sarah, Megan,
Hi.
Nicole, Elizabeth.
Use in moderation.
6-point game. Bay Area being led by, as usual, Trey Hyman. 10 points, 7 boards for him as we went into the halftime break, and he is back out there on the court. He has been having a good battle with Josiah Cook, winning the battle with the younger big man so far, but he's been entertaining to watch. There's Xavier Pope back on familiar ground, drains a little mid-range jumper. We haven't talked a lot about Xavier Pope, and this being his return game, Bay Area, but the LA product, 6'7" forward, playing pretty well back in front of what used to be his home fans.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's kind of struggled all season to really get going to that old Xavier Pope. We early in the season we kept talking about it being, maybe rust. He hadn't played organized basketball since midway through last season. But I'm past the point where I'm going to keep using early season as an excuse.
It's getting on time.
You got to start wondering what else is going on. How can we get Xavier Pope going? If we can get Xavier Pope going.
Once again, smaller defender on Trey, and this time uses it to his advantage. Trey Willis, just 6'10". I'm sorry, 6'3". If he was 6'10", he'd have a better chance against Trey.
that he would.
That would be a better matchup. A little bit too easy there for the big man, and again, he won't get a credit for a block or anything, but absolutely altered Trey Willis' shot on the other end too. So 4-point swing. Thanks to Big Trey. Shot clock winding down on this Yacht Club possession. And this time will not go for Xavier Pope. Second shot up and it won't go in for Josiah Cook either. And that's an 8th rebound for Trey Willis. Trey Hyman. Too many Treys out there for me.
Too many. Good thing the reigning Treys aren't playing today.
That's right. Then I'd have to just knock this mic over, walk away.
No, I'm not doing this anymore.
Tap out. Well, let's hope the Yacht Club isn't ready to tap out here. The lead is suddenly ballooned to 10. Great start here. Oh, got a hand on that ball, almost stolen. No second shots for the Yacht Club on this possession. Here comes Sean Hyman. Oh, nice dish to Big Brother. Oh, but hey, Josiah Cook says not so fast. You got a game on your hands here.
Surprised not to see Xavier Pope pull up on that three, but gets to the bucket all the same.
Yep, nice little play. Worked around the screen. Lead cut to 8. Timeout here on the court. We're going to stay with this one. Remind everybody that this is it for our coverage today. No more games coming up today. Hope you enjoyed the 2 earlier ones on ESPN2 and SimWorld TV action. We are going to be back on Tuesday, December 26th. Boxing Day, as they call it in England, day after Christmas. Got 2 games. Indy Stripes and Queen City Kings kick things off at 7 o'clock Eastern. And following up after that, Lakeshore Drive going out west. They're going to take on the Rocky Mountain Monsters in what should be another good game here on SimWorld TV.
Looking forward to those. We just saw Queen City Kings have kind of a disappointing one against Heartland Zombie Stars. Looking forward to that matchup. Coach Skinny, Carter, and Renzo returning to the Riot House. Did not go quite as planned for them, but be back in action with a chance to have kind of a statement game against Dylan Harper. So that'll be a good one.
I think the Zombie Stars are going to throw more than a few teams off their plans this year. I really actually like them. Benari James playing great, of course. Some good pieces down low like Honcho Hardwick, Robert McGee. I just like what the Stripes are doing. And it's also hard not to like what Trey Hyman is bringing to the table here for Bay Area. That lead is back up to 10.
I mean, he's quickly cemented himself. We already knew this, but as one of the more dominant bigs on both ends of the floor here in SimWorld Prep, and that should really come as a surprise to no one.
De'Aaron Cruz does get a bucket back there. Chop the lead to 8, but Yacht Club needs to make a little run here. Get themselves in position to strike come the 4th quarter. Oh boy.
Wow.
What a finish. Nice pass, but boy, just the athleticism, again, the coordination, the agility on the part of a big player. Sean Hyman's no 7-footer like Trey, but man, this elegant play down there. Get that bucket, and once again, nothing doing. Sean Hyman picking up that Plastic Man nickname like Stacey Augman used to have. Stacey Augman, an absolutely lockdown defender, played at UNLV and in the NBA for some years in the 90s. Sean take that title. That ball was knocked away, but it ends up back in the hands of Trey, who scores with the lefty. Play in over Josiah Cook. Lead up to a dozen now, Siege, and with half this time gone in the fourth quarter, this has been a disastrous second half for the team from Florida.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's getting into dangerous territory. You talk about going on a run, but the key part of going on a run, they can score buckets as pretty as they want, like that one from De'Aaron Cruz. Yeah. But if you're not getting stops consistently on the other end, it's not really going to do anything for you at this point.
Extending the defense now a little bit, the Yacht Club, as you saw Emmanuel Rollins come out there to apply some pressure, but it didn't change the outcome of that possession at all.
Backfired on him a little bit.
Backfired on him a little bit. Well, and if anything, we're not seeing this lead get chipped into. It's steadily, slowly growing for Bay Area.
Got to get those stops, and at this point offensively, too, you have to make every single possession count.
Ooh, boy. Trey Hyman called with the foul. I don't know if I like that call. I think that's a second on Trey. And it will send De'Aaron Cruz to the line. 6-foot guard out of New Orleans, averaging just 9.3 points per game this year, which is down from his career high. Career norms almost. He is shooting 50% from deep, and we might be heading into a point where the Yacht Club might have to look at outside shots to get back in this, and I say that, and Cruz blows one from the free throw stripe. This coming back in. Garrett Hart getting arrested. Garrett Hart, third leading scorer on this team, averaging double digits, 11.8 per game. He's had a pretty quiet one. One of two free throws good, and with 3 minutes to go, it's an 11-point game.
And stop. I'm going to keep talking about stops for the Yacht Club, because until I see a string of those, I'm not convinced they can get back in this game.
Well, Trey Hyman to the bench with those two fouls. And there's one way to get it. Oh, well, they had it, lost it. Cruz had it for a moment, but Hardaway able to rip it back and then whip the three down. What disaster there for the Yacht Club. Looked like they were going to get a breakaway too, and instead it ends with a dime Hardaway triple. Kind of a 5-point swing in a matter of seconds there. De'Aaron Cruz suddenly kind of becoming more active, at least on that offensive end. Took him 2 attempts, but got the bucket there.
Well, they finally got someone rolling offensively, and that's De'Aaron Cruz. Yeah. But now it's the stops, and as we saw in that last possession, the ball's just not been rolling their way all game, and shots have been going for Bay Area. But at the end of the day, there's no excuse. You got to find ways to get stops.
Too easy a bucket there for Armand Green, the 6'7", 250-pounder, and himself wide open underneath. Lay it in.
And one!
Foul on Harris. And that is going to send the Yacht Club and Emmanuel Rollins to the line.
That's a momentum play there.
Yeah, Rollins has flashed a few times in this game. He's had a few nice moments. Boya Monroe re-entering the game. De'Aaron Cruz going to the bench for Yacht Club. Rest continues for Trey Hyman. He may not come back until the fourth quarter unless the Yacht Club gets a few buckets here. That might scare Coach Pope enough to bring his anchor man in off the bench.
Anchor man.
Yeah, he's anchoring the team. Yeah, I think it applies.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
I'm gonna go with it. I like it. It also has a nautical. It also, and Anchorman. It also sort of has a little bit of like, ooh, there's a nice three. It has a bit of a nautical theme, and we got this beautiful view of the bay out the window here.
I like
the
it.
Bay Bridge Athletic Club. Yeah.
I think
there's astrolabes in the corner. All kinds of good nautical stuff happening. Ooh. It won't go. Josiah Cook.
He's there.
I don't know.
He's always there.
He's going to be a problem. Wait till he's 16. Wait till he's 17. He is going to be a dominant player in SimWorld in a couple years, I think. He's already... I had an article on Discord this past week, Siege. I put him up for early player of the year contender, and I put him there because I think he is.
I would agree.
Funny to say about a guy who doesn't score a ton, not a double-digit scorer, but He really kind of makes this Yacht Club team go. You just saw some of it right there. Once again, Rollins, this time he dishes to Cook, who finishes. 9-point game now. 40 seconds to go in the quarter.
And especially if the Yacht Club can find success this year, I think Josiah Cook's going to be the main focal point of that success. If they're going to go on, win a lot of games, make a run in the race to 1, and that should put you in player of the year talks to me.
Rollins has been really aggressive here, and this time he just goes around his defender. That's to the bucket, and the smallest man in the game, just 5'11", Emmanuel Rollins, making a big impact. Final seconds of the third quarter. Bay Area content to hold for 1 here. This one squared up on Sean, and he can't get the bucket to go. Good ending sequence here for the Yacht Club. They've closed to 7 as we enter the final frame. Fourth quarter when we return to SimWorld TV.
Look who's over there. He's walking.
So, what have I missed?
One more quarter to go. It's been all Bay Area, but Yacht Club went on a little bit of a run there in the end of the third. Make it competitive. Let's see if they can push all the way back. Get another win. Both these teams 2-2, looking to go above 500 on the season. Tough shot there. Will not go for Sean Hyman. Trey has returned to the game. He's played all but just a minute or two. Oh, and he forces Cook into a tough shot that won't go down. Ooh, nice dish, but taken away.
Here's some stops here for Yacht Club. We've been talking about it. They're creating turnovers here.
Trey Willis able to rip it out of the hands of Adonis Knight on that one, and look at that. Cook able to find Rollins underneath. Well, Cook won't get an assist on that because he wasn't able to finish, but some metrics, some analytics should give him something there. Passes the eye test. Pretty pass. That will send Yacht Club to the line. Trey Willis, shoot 2.
And that's the part of Josiah Cook's game I've been most impressed with throughout this season, is his ability to facilitate. Having a big in the middle who can do something like that is really a game changer and can be a huge advantage.
Free throw is good. Garrett coming back into the game. Amir Johnson, who had a few nice plays in this one back. And Willis can make his second free throw here. Put the lead to 5, which will be as close as it's been maybe the whole second half.
I believe so. It's the closest it's been since the first quarter, I want to say even.
Yeah. Well, Yacht Club starting to get their game together at the right time. They need some stops, and they're going to get one right there.
Here they come.
Nice contest by Cook. Willis, I thought he had Willis open. I thought he was going to pass that one off, but tries a shot over Trey, and oh boy, it's been turned to 2 on the other end. The Hyman boys getting it done.
Got to take care of the ball better, and when you talk about taking care of the ball, you think of turnovers, but bad shots is the same thing as a turnover at the end of the day.
Ooh, nice drive, but the bucket isn't quite there for Xavier Pope. Is it going to be a third attempt? Yep. Third chance on this possession. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Trey Willis finds an open man. Oh, will not quite go down for Pope.
Pop of shot points, though.
Yep. Sean and Trey pass it around. Oh, Trey had a wide open Sean. Just didn't see him under the bucket after that. Long jumper won't go. Quickly down the other way comes the Yacht Club. Xavier Pope trying to go around Trey Hyman. He knows he's quicker than his former teammate. Just pick up his dribble, however. Little spin, up and in. Look at that. Koya Monroe averaging the least points per game on the Yacht Club, just 1.5, but he's got 4 in this one. Every bucket counting as we're back down to 5.
Too easy.
Oh. He makes it look too easy. That's actually difficult. He just makes that look easy. But I agree. The Yacht Club cannot be giving that man that kind of a chance. It just goes in the bucket far too often. 3 on the way. Won't go. And another rebound for Trey. On a double-double.
Jamie Ramos has been running the point here so far in the fourth quarter for Bay Area. Interesting. I talked earlier, I think he can run a point forward role, but having him as your primary ball handler is an interesting decision.
Comes back over to Pope, who attacks. Can't get it, but right there is Garrett Hart. Gets it back in on the other side of the rim.
Hart's been a big contributor all year for this Yacht Club team. This would be a nice time for him to turn it up this game. He hasn't been everywhere so far tonight.
No, Hart has jumped his game up from where he was playing in Season 1, no doubt. But the entire team getting burned there a little bit on defense made it too easy for Ramos. Drive for that dunk. And now Willis had Adonis Knight on his back. Hits it back and scores over him. Trey Willis has been playing okay so far this game. He is the leading scorer on the team, 12.5 per contest. Somebody's got to D-up Ramos. I'm lucky that shot didn't fall there. If you're a Yacht Club fan, that was a pretty good look for young Mr. Ramos. Garrett Hart going to lay, oh boy. Got that to bounce around kind of off the back of the rim and drop through a one-possession, 3-point game as we are under 4 minutes here. Bay Area's led all the way.
Ooh, there's Jamie.
Pick and roll. It hasn't really been Trey the focus of the offense the last couple minutes for Bay Area, but it has to be said, the pick and roll, very effective. Trey Pope. Ooh.
Another one for Trey.
We'll do a check and see how many blocks that is for Trey. I don't think he's quite on triple-double watch. That's a 6th block for Trey Hyman in the game, so unlikely to get there, but big performance from the big man. Ramos forced into a tough shot over Hart, but he got that to go. And wow, lead back up to 7. Yacht Club, understandably, Marcus Laster wanting a timeout to talk it over. 7-point margin with just 2:55 to go. We're going to take a quick break before we return here, the last of this game.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
.55 to go in this one. Bay Area remaining on top. They have been led by Trey Hyman, but the last couple minutes, Jamie Ramos. Jamie Ramos has really been hitting some, well, he's been cutting into the basket for some easy ones, and he's been connecting on some tough mid-range too. Xavier Pope, on the other hand, is sort of at the other end of the scale. He has not been able to get his shot to drop in this game. I know he wanted to have a big performance coming back here to where he played last season. A break for the Yacht Club. They're saying last came off of a white jersey, so they will retain possession. Down 7. Hart tries a jumper. Won't go. He had the thing halfway down. Yep.
All day for the Yacht Club. We've seen shots go in and out.
That really stings too, that one right there. Hart, a pretty pure shooter. Oh, Adonis Knight had the ball knocked free. He's just going to jack that thing. He had more time. I don't know why he panicked on that shot, but it's a break for the Yacht Club, and here comes Josiah Cook.
And it's now or never for the Yacht Club. Need to get a bucket here. Start stringing together stops. There's 2 minutes left. There's no more time to waste. And that's a good start there, E. That's a good start from De'Aaron Cruz.
That's what you want from De'Aaron Cruz. Above 50% on three-point shooting this year. He hasn't taken a lot, but De'Aaron Cruz, 5 of 9 from deep on the season. I am impressed with him. He may have this fantastic finish in this game yet. I want to remind everybody out there watching into, please check us out on everywhere on social media. We are at SimWorld 4K. You can find us on, where can't you find us, Siege? You can find us on TikTok. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, Twitter, or X as it's now known these days. Where else? OnlyFans, of course. Don't want to forget that one.
Oh, I don't know if we got that up and running yet, E, but if we do, you got to go check it out. Go get the exclusive SimWorld Media Team calendar.
That's right. Just a rotation of media dudes. Yeah, passing the baton off to each other, so to speak. 1:50 to play. Oh, 3-second violation. That's going to be a turnover on Bay Area. That's a big call right there. That's a mental mistake. But Xavier Pope just right back to dime. You can't stop Sean on this end. Xavier Pope, what an unfortunate 5 seconds there. The kid we know is talented, the kid we know has a bright future, but didn't quite get what he wanted to have happen tonight. Xavier Pope thought this might be a little bit of a revenge, a little bit of a, maybe you should have tried to keep me, maybe you should have made me a centerpiece a little bit more game. That's not quite how tonight unfolded.
Boy.
Hyman to Hyman again.
They needed that run. They're not only not going to get it, but it looks like Bay Area is going to get a little game closing run here.
Well, there is a last chance. Might be another one of those threes like Aaron Cruz dealt up a minute ago. That's not one. It's a long 2, however, from Pope, and it does cut the lead to 6. Have to get a stop on this possession. Big one on this end of the court here. Ramos gets around Cook and puts it up and in.
Ramos really turned it up here in the fourth quarter. He came out here, they put him in as the primary ball handler, and he's going off the screens, going off the dribble, getting to the rim. He's looked great.
He's not my MVP, and I'm going to go ahead and give mine Siege, although Pope doing what he can to keep Yacht Club around in this one. But Trey Hyman, Fantastic game last time I saw him, knocking off Cooper Flagg in the OGs, and today's performance. He didn't come back down. He didn't crash back to earth after that. This wasn't a trap. This wasn't a letdown. Ray can't get that to go, but he's gotten most of his shots to go tonight and has been an even bigger factor on defense. My MVP of this game.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you there, and that miss right there from Garrett Hart's going to all but do it here. It's going to turn into a free throw game, at least for one possession. We'll see what Yacht Club does after this one, but that might just about do it here.
Yep, Dime Hardaway getting ready to go to the line, and if he can hit 2, I suspect you'll see Marcus Laster wave the white flag. Admit that he is done for today. Well, Dime Hardaway, not necessarily the first guy on the team sheet that you suggest fouling in these situations. He has yet to miss one this year. And remains perfect.
Yep.
Subs coming into the game, in fact, mass subs coming into the game, probably indicating this one is indeed over. Josiah Cook coming out of the lineup. Yeah. Both the Hymans also coming out of the lineup. Second string in. This one is over. Just a matter of figuring out what the final score is going to be. But Siege, Merry Christmas to you. Hope you've got some good plans coming up. Hope everybody out there in SimWorld has something good coming up for this holiday weekend. Of course, we got New Year's coming up right after this, but in between Christmas and New Year's, we do have a full regular week of SimWorld TV action. We are back on the air on Tuesday, like I already told you. Tuesday, 7 o'clock, Indy Stripes in Queen City, and what should be a good one. But hey, Wednesday, triple header. Thursday, double header. Friday the 29th, we've got 2 more games, and on New Year's Day, Monday, January the 1st, gonna have some coverage on ESPN. Gonna have these Bay Area Breakers back on TV, traveling to Atlanta, take on ATL that day.
Yeah, and we talked about it to start this game off. Both these teams have been surging. Bay Area coming off that win against the Originators Yacht Club, winning their last 2. Only one of them could survive this one, still surging, and that's going to be Bay Area. They seem to have found their stride, and let's just see how far they can take it.
Bay Area is going to improve to 3-2. Yacht Club going to fall to 2-3. It's going to end Yacht Club's little mini winning streak of 2 games, but played pretty well out here. Just ran into an unstoppable force named Trey Hyman this afternoon. Biggest problem they had, and kind of a quiet day from some leading offensive players for the team from Miami too. Garrett Hart fairly quiet. Outside shooting like we saw there, just not quite falling. Made a run at him. Made it a 1-possession game. Couldn't quite get there, the Yacht Club, but entertaining one nonetheless in this beautiful facility. We thank you all for tuning in today. Let you guys get on with your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day activities, but we appreciate you being with us today on SimWorld TV. Well, for my own good self, Elava, for my broadcasting partner in crime for this broadcast, Siege, and for Yells and everybody behind the scenes at SimWorld, thanks again for being here. Remember, come back on Tuesday. Boxing Day, if you're British, folks, come back on Tuesday. SimWorld TV will return then. The only place where you can see the game, be the game.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.